Hey, welcome to Project Mono Devlog number 1. Project Mono is just a title of the video game I am developing with my friends. This game has no title yet, so I'm using the project title just to refer to the game. This video and possibly the next one will just be about catching up from when the game was conceptualized. So I've been meaning to make a game and commercially release it for a while now, and although I do know how to develop a game, I never got around to starting on that project. A lot of things happened last year for me, but now I have the time to work on a project, which is why I decided to start this. One of my favorite genres of video games are action platformers, which is why this is the direction I took for the game I decided to create. And as a short description, the game is an action platformer with multiple enemies and abilities. You'll then later on see the inspirations of this game. Firstly, with the conceptualization of a game, you're always going to need a game design document so that you are able to fully flesh out your game details before you start development. Or you could possibly work on this during your development, but usually this comes before the development phase starts. It actually took me about a month and a couple of weeks before I was finally satisfied with the details of the game, and then we were able to start development. First on my list of game mechanics I wanted to focus on is your mobility as a player. Two of the things I love about platforms that I play are having fluid player movement and having mobility options. This is why I took inspirations from Ori the Blind and the Blind Forest and Celeste. The player movement of Ori and Celeste just feels so nice and smooth. Both games also give you different mobility options, like the crystals in Celeste that give you repeated dash options, and the famous bash ability in Ori. But this does not mean that those exact mechanics will be in the game. But it does mean that Project Mono will follow in the footsteps of those two games' mechanics. This makes the pacing of the game fast and will really give you the action you would look for in an action platformer. Another thing I love are challenging games which forces you to face multiple unique enemies, just like in Mega Man and Cuphead, two more games that I really love playing. Both games have loads of stage-specific enemies and bosses. Given that, Project Mono has a lot of unique enemies that will show up per chapter of the game. There will also be different and totally unique boss fights throughout the whole game. Each chapter or world will also have different obstacles as you progress and will bring new mechanics to the game. Without too much spoilers about the game, you'll be given a chance to unlock abilities after finishing a chapter or world. And these abilities will either be a utility skill giving you mobility options to traverse through each stage, or an attack skill giving you multiple options of dealing with enemies. And that will be as much as I will discuss about the game mechanics for now. I don't really want to talk about every detail of the game because I don't want to spoil too much about it. Although you will probably see more mechanics of the game throughout this series as I continue with the development. And thanks for watching this episode of the Devlog series. If you are interested in following the series, you can subscribe to this channel, you can follow it, and be up to date with the series and the development of Project Mono. I hope to see you in the next one, and peace.